you, I woke up this morning with no voice. That just tells me that somebody here needs to hear what I have to say, and Satan's trying to take it away from me. So I want you to pay attention to me. Okay? I just want to talk to you a little bit this morning about life. Life is hard. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Sometimes life just stinks. And it's okay to say that. Okay? But we can all agree on that. Sometimes life is just a mess. And no matter how hard we try, it doesn't seem like it gets any better. Life, hold on a second. I forgot this. Life often looks like the back of that tapestry. It's all jumbled up, with really no rhyme or reason. You can't really see what's going on. And sometimes we might see a little bit of glimpse of what it's supposed to look like, but it's just a bunch of strings all jumbled up, and life gets that way sometimes. Would you agree with that? Okay? And sometimes in life it seems like we don't know where we're going or what we're supposed to be doing, and that's what we feel like. But honestly, sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel completely helpless about things in life and about where life is going. Now, you're probably sitting there wondering why I'm talking to you about this and how I could possibly know how you feel. Well, let me tell you a little story, okay, about myself. A little over 2 years ago, I was in a situation in life really just got to me. It got really hard. And I had let so many little things get in the way, and my stress level was through the roof. And I was a totally different person than you know today. And that was not a good thing. I lived life worrying about what other people thought of me rather than what God thought of me and what God wanted me to do. Things just got bad. And I got very angry. And I had lots of anxiety. And I just really couldn't figure out how life was supposed to function properly. And it was from all the pressure that I had put on myself and that I felt from other people. I had no idea what was going on, and everything was like that, a complete jumbled mess. And finally, I broke. And I had to seek help figuring it all out. And that was not an easy decision. Now, this tapestry is not made to look at from the back. We're not made to look at that jumbled mess. That's not what it's for. We want to see the pretty picture that's on the front. Many of you are probably sitting there. I wonder what that looks like. Okay? But in the same way, God doesn't want us to look at life through our eyes. Because when we look at life through our eyes, that's what we see. He wants us to look at life through His eyes. From the front of the tapestry. And when we look at life through His eyes and the way He wants us to see, we can see what the picture looks like. Okay? We can see that prettiness. We can see the way it's supposed to be. Yes, things might still get confusing and things might still get jumbled up. But overall, we can see the picture. But we have to set ourselves aside and we have to look at things through His eyes. There's still going to be pressure. There's still going to be stress. And there's still going to be things that try to get us back to looking at life through our eyes. But we have to stay focused. Because God wants us to see the pretty picture that He has planned for us. He wants us to see it through His eyes and live for Him, and not the pressures that the world puts on us and the pressures that others put on us. Now, I had let the pressures get to me. I was looking at the back of the tapestry. I had no idea what I was doing and where life was going for me at that time. And I didn't want to do that anymore. So for the past 2 years, I have been on a long, painstaking journey to change my perspective and to get back where God wanted me to be. It hasn't been easy, and things, at times, it seems like it hasn't been worth it. But I wake up every morning with a new perspective, looking at life through His eyes, to see the front of that picture and to see life the way God intended it to be. Yes, it's still a daily struggle and a work in progress, but now I know that God has a plan, and I continue on that right path. Now, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you about my journey to allow you to see that you are not alone. That even we as adults, and yes, your teachers, have struggles. We may not show it all the time, but we do. Many adults don't want to be transparent with teenagers. They don't want you to see that they're human. But you need to see that, yes, we hurt, we struggle. Now, with all that said, I want you to think about the following statements. Don't raise your hand, but think to yourself if any of these describe you. Number 1, life sometimes seems too overwhelming. Or maybe, I'm not sure how to deal with all the stress in my life. Or, school sometimes stresses me out. Or maybe this one, I wish more people understood how hard my life is sometimes. Or, I just don't know how to prioritize my life. Or maybe, sometimes I stress out about every little thing. Or maybe this last one, I wish I could deal with stress better. Now, I would guess that pretty much everyone in this room can say at one time or another that they have thought one of those statements, or at least something similar. You probably have heard adults say something like this. Well, if you think it's hard now, just wait. You might have heard it from home. You might have heard it from someone on this campus. You might have even heard it from me. But I'm here to tell you, don't tell them I said this. They're wrong. The stress and the pressure that you as teenagers face today is more difficult than any of us could ever imagine. You have pressures from teachers. You have pressures from parents. You have pressure from coaches. You have pressure from your peers. And the big one, you have pressure from social media. And you could probably even name more. Problem is that most of you probably just don't know how to deal with it. So today, I'm going to offer you some help. Free of charge, by the way. Help in dealing with stress. Help in dealing with life and the pressures that it brings. We're going to start a new group here on campus, a ministry group. It's going to be called Journey. Now, I gave it that name for a very distinct purpose, because life is a journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And it's a journey that we're all on together. Those of you sitting next to you, those of them sitting over there, okay? We're all on this journey together. Now, this group is going to be open to any student in secondary school that's seeking extra encouragement, extra help, extra guidance in everyday life. It's a place of love. It's a place that feels safe, a place to belong, a place to get help in getting back up when life knocks you down, because it's going to knock you down. It's a place to help you make sense of the jumbled up life. In this group, I want it to be open for students to be able to talk without fear of judgment. A place that you're free to ask questions and get practical help on how to deal with issues and situations that we all face in life. There's a couple of verses that I want to share with you that are kind of the theme for this group. The first one is Ephesians 4:29. It says, "When you talk, do not say harmful things, but say what people need. Words that will help others become stronger." We need to encourage each other. That's what this group is about. And 2 Romans 12:10 says, "Love each other like brothers and sisters. Give each other more honor than you want for yourselves." Now, we all want to be good people, and we all want to, we want people to recognize us, and we all want to score the winning touchdown or the winning point or whatever. But the Bible says in Romans that we should put others above ourselves. And in doing that, we lift each other up, and we become a stronger person if we help someone else. I saw a quote this week that said, when you reach the top of the mountain, don't stand there and gaze out too long. Turn around and reach down, because there's going to be someone else coming up. That's what we have to do. We have to help each other. So this group, we're going to start meeting next Wednesday, September the 4th, during advisory in my room. So, if this is something that you're interested in, I want you to come to that first meeting. We're going to talk about more details about what that group is. Okay? And I want to say this, please don't take this group lightly. Okay? It's not a place for you to get out of advisory because you don't like the people in there. Okay? It's a place to come if you really want to be a part of this group. Because this is going to be a very focused group on helping ourselves and helping others grow. And helping them deal with those struggles in life. And I know you deal with them. I've talked to some of you last year and even this year about some of the things you're dealing with. And it's hard. And you need that extra help and that extra encouragement. So that's what this group is like. I know that many of you struggle with stress and belonging, and sometimes you just need a little extra encouragement to help you get back on track. That's what this group is. Okay? I assure you that this will be a safe place for you to share, for you to feel loved, and for you to belong. So if you have an interest, I'd like for you to come on Wednesday, or maybe sometime between now and then you can come talk to me a little bit more about it if you have some questions. Now, if maybe you're thinking, well, I don't really need that right now, and then the first test comes in that class that you're not really good at, or something happens in life and it just gets you down, and maybe you need a little help later, you can come later too. Okay, just come see me before then and we'll talk about it. But it's there if you need it, because we all need help. It's always going to be there. So you're welcome to join anytime. Just come and talk to me first. So I want you to know something. It's basically the reason why I wanted to speak today and tell you about this group. The last 2 years, as I said, has been a struggle. And stress and anxiety and all those things, the pressures of life that you deal with, I've been there. I know it. So I want you to know today that you are not alone. If you ever think that no one cares, no one knows, or no one understands what you are going through, I want you to know that I know, I understand, and I care. Even if I don't know you personally, I know, I understand, and I care. If you'll remember nothing else I say today, remember that. I know, I understand, and I care. You don't hear that enough from adults these days, and so I want you to hear it from me. So, as we talk about this group and just some of the things that we all struggle with, I want to say that let's make this journey together, and let's, even if you're not a part of this group, let's encourage each other, build each other up, and help others, put others above ourselves, and help others be better than ourselves. Let me pray for you today. Father God, I thank you for each one of these students. I thank you that you created them just the way they are. I thank you that you love them just the way they are. I thank you that they are here to listen to your word. And I thank you that they are here to share in this journey with us today. Father, I pray that you would help each one of them on their journey. I pray that if they struggle, if they need encouragement, if they need help, if the pressure starts getting to them, that they would seek help from you first, and that they would speak to someone, and that they would know that others understand them and what they're going through, and that we care about them, and that they are known and they are loved, not just by you, but by us. Father, I thank you that you have brought us here together today. And I pray that these students would continue to seek you and would continue to love you, and that you would continue to draw them closer to you. I thank you again for this time and just for the ability to speak to them today. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.